Noteshelf is an amazing note-taking app that we've sort of neglected in the last couple of years. That is why in this video, we will be going through some reasons to choose the app as your main note-taking application. What makes Noteshelf stand out? Hey guys, it's Ropsy, back with Paperless X. Welcome back if you're already a fantastic human, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Today's video is sponsored by Rise, a desktop app that tracks your screen time on macOS and Windows. When you know where you're spending your time, you can focus on what matters. What's exciting about Rise is that you have full control over your categories. The application allows you to delete categories you don't need and add those you need to customize how you track your time. You can also create rules to organize different websites so you can track your time more accurately. Rise also has made it easy to track the amount of time you spend on different projects. It's very useful if you charge for your services per hour. So you need to know approximately how long it takes to finish certain projects. Rise has given us a promo code for 25% off the first 3 months for the first 1,000 people to use our link. You can also try the application for 14 days to see if this is a useful app for your workflow. To fully appreciate what you can do in Noteshelf, make sure you check out our full review of the application on our website. Noteshelf is available on Android, which is not common with note-taking applications on the iPad. While it doesn't exactly sync across devices, there might be a way to access your notes if you use it on Evernote syncing. Since we haven't tried the application on Android, we're not sure if this option is available on Android, but on the iPad, Evernote Sync saves your documents to Evernote. You can authorize Noteshelf for a maximum of a year. Evernote has a few uncomfortable restrictions. When you sync with Noteshelf, you can't delete notebooks, tags, or permanently delete notes in Evernote from Noteshelf. You can decide which notebooks you want to back up instead of backing up your whole library. So if there's some documents you're not comfortable syncing with Evernote because of this restriction, you can just not back them. The biggest limitation is that Evernote doesn't actually sync your notes. It simply backs them up, which means once the notes are in Evernote, you can only read them without annotating on them, without adding any information that you can send back to Noteshelf. We hope that the application will come up with a syncing option that works on different operating systems. Customizing your pen tool is fun when you're new to digital note-taking. There is so much to explore, but after 5, maybe 6 months of serious note-taking, you'll probably appreciate a favorites toolbar, a place to collect all your favorite writing tools, their colors and thicknesses for different purposes. Noteshelf doesn't limit the number of tools you save to your favorites toolbar. You can have as many as you need, which you will love if you use many different tools when writing your notes. The same applies for your text. You can save many text templates for headings, emphasis, etc. This will save you a lot of hours. Instead of worrying about keeping your headings the same, just save all your heading templates. You can rearrange them according to how frequently you use them and delete any styles you no longer need. When you want to worry more about creating your notes than what you use to create them, Noteshelf is your go-to application. Favorites toolbars for text and writing tools are simply amazing in Noteshelf. Still in the spirit of saving your time, you can access stock images from Unsplash and Pixabay within the application. We can't wait to access more stock images within the app, paid and unpaid. You can then bring your images to the front or move them to the back of the ink on your page. Another small feature worth mentioning, lock. This locks your images in place so you can't move or edit them accidentally. It's a way to add some selectivity to the lasso tool in Noteshelf. The application also makes it easy to add emojis to your notes without needing to bring up your keyboard and moving them around. Just tap exactly where you want your emojis and you're done. Bookmarks in Noteshelf are a bit more fun. You can name them if you like, but even better, you can color code them. This gives you another layer of organization to add to your notebooks. With color-coded bookmarks, it's difficult to appreciate tags. They work pretty much the same as bookmarks. So we hope to see universal tags that work across multiple notebooks in the application. That way we can differentiate them from bookmarks. Before we get into some reasons you might not want to use Noteshelf, here are some minor cool features worth mentioning. The application supports more than 50 languages for handwriting conversion. Sadly, it does not support Arabic for those that might be interested. You also get full screen mode for distraction-free study or reading. This is also the mode that supports hyperlinks. So in this mode, you're able to tap your hyperlinks, which is cool. You don't worry about accidentally activating your hyperlinks while taking notes in the application. And now for reasons you wouldn't want to use Noteshelf. The application does not support drag and drop to move items out of the application. You can only drag and drop into the application, which can make PDF reading a bit unpleasant if you want to move sections out of your PDF. In Noteshelf, you can't do that. You can't even do this with multiple instances. It's great that you can pick everything on the page in Noteshelf. However, you can't move those selections across pages. So you have to cut and paste, which is a lot of work for digital note-taking. And if you move things around a lot, you will not enjoy doing that all the time. The Shapes tool in the application is too basic. It's good that we no longer need the Shapes tool to draw shapes in the application. However, there's still a lot we can't do with our shapes in the application. For example, Noteshelf doesn't support autofill, and you can't adjust your shapes once you've drawn them. You can only resize and rotate them. Limited organization levels mean that you can create categories that contain notebooks. You can group your notebooks. That is all you get. If you're big on having multiple folders within folders, Noteshelf is definitely not the app you want to choose. More and more note-taking apps are adding collaboration to their list of features, and we hope to see it in the application. Though Noteshelf is an excellent note-taking app, it lacks bold features to set it apart on the market. It's neither exciting nor frustrating, and that makes it easy for users to sideline it. Though it has a combination of good notes and notability features, it doesn't implement them as well as the two applications. We hope our developers can come up with features that can set Noteshelf apart from other note-taking apps. We hope you guys liked this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Thank you, Fantastic Human, for watching. See you in the next video.